Welcome to a fresh hour of HQ Spotlight. That's Amanda Guerra. I'm Tommy Trent. I'm saying fresh because in 60 minutes this show was done and dead. But we're talking about what people do.
We got pickleball, Tommy.
We do go coming up, yeah. But we are done and
still never played a round. Do you even call it a round?
You can play it's like a match. You can move around.
No, I'm not playing it. Rick Spielman can play all the pickleball.
He can tell us a little bit too. He can also tell us about the NFL draft, which a lot of people may be crunching the trade scenarios, draft positions, because this is the final weekend before the NFL draft in Detroit.
Front office is very busy right now. You have GMs, owners, coaches, scouts, all of them trying to put the final touches on their big boards, because take a look at this. We are just 6 days away now from the NFL draft. And this year we could see a lot of movement in the first round, including a lot of teams looking for quarterbacks. Here's more from some of the general managers with big decisions to make next week.
We feel great about staying at number 2. I don't see a whole lot of scenarios where we trade down, to be honest with you.
Moving up, moving down. We're open for business in the first round and in every round. We have some holes we feel like we need to fill in the draft, and we're a draft and develop team. The more picks we have, the better.
If there's an opportunity to go up, move back, stay, whether it's in the first round, third round, fifth round, that's what we'll do.
We looked at a lot of different situations, and we said, in this situation, what is the best, where can we be best suited to capitalize on the situation as the Vikings?
That doesn't preclude you from calling them, correct?
Yeah, there's no rule. I can call all the way to 1, John. Think they'll take my call?
Let's welcome in a guy who made a lot of calls over the course of his career, Rick Spielman, former GM of the Minnesota Vikings, also our good friend Ryan Wilson, a draft expert, the two of them guys behind the Pick Six podcast. Rick, how stressful is this week getting ready before the draft?
Yeah, I'm like Tommy. I can't wait to get on the pickleball court here in about an hour from now. So it's not very stressful for me at all. But yeah, you hear all the, I'm going to move up, I'm going to move down, we can stay put, we like the guys where we're picking, yada, yada, yada. It's all BS until it actually gets time to make a selection or make a trade when you're on the clock. So it's great to listen to all these press conferences. I don't think Buffalo will move up to number 1 overall, so I think Brandon Beane was being a little sarcastic. And as Ryan referenced in an earlier show, I did actually try to trade my mother for a 7th-round pick because she makes great Sunday night dinners, but I could get no buyers.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good trade, Rick. And if I were your mother, I'd be very mad at you. We have put you back in the position of GM. We've gone through some of these teams that have a lot of decisions to make, big decisions to make. You've come up with what you think is a good plan for them in the first round. And then Ryan is going to kind of give us a player to follow up with that plan. So right now the Vikings have the 11th overall pick. Rick, you say the bottom line is they have to trade up in order to land a quarterback. They cannot stay at 11. Why is that? And then Ryan, give us a scenario.
Well, the reason why they went and got an extra first-round pick from the Houston Texans earlier is so they had enough ammunition to move up. I don't think they'll get into the top 3. I kind of targeted maybe going to the Chargers because they cannot come out of here without their future-round draft pick. And I think the Chargers are actually going to try to move back to accumulate more picks. But in my scenario, I think if you gave 2 number 1s, they're 11 and they're 23 to go up to 5. I think on a trade chart that says that's more than enough. But if I'm sitting there and I'm Jim Harbaugh, and I say, listen, I know you're coming up and get a quarterback. That's going to cost you an extra pick in 25. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive the Vikings go up to get which quarterback, Ryan Wilson?
I'm laughing, Amanda, because Rick didn't follow instructions, so I'm glad he didn't spoil the plot. It gives me an opportunity to say who I think will be that guy. Rick's right. I think the top 3 picks, the teams are going to stay put and take quarterbacks, and the 4th quarterback available, the 4th quarterback you're trading up for all this draft capital if you're the Vikings is probably J.J. McCarthy. So then you ask yourself, is J.J. McCarthy worth an extra first-rounder, potentially next year's first-rounder, when Caleb and Drake and Jaden are only going to cost the teams to take them just 1 first-round pick? So that's the math that the Vikings are going to have to do. But to Rick's point, if you go and get that extra first-rounder at pick 23, you're not going to take a bunch of offensive tackles or wide receivers. You're going to get that quarterback, and it feels like J.J. McCarthy is going to be that guy.
Another team that needs a quarterback as well, we all assume they do, is the Broncos right now. And this was interesting from their GM this week. He said, if a player you feel can change the landscape of your franchise going forward, you do what you have to do to get him. We are wide open. But Rick, you think the Broncos should probably trade out of this to try to get a little bit more draft capital. So why is that? And then, Ryan, you can follow with your scenarios and the players that the Broncos need to bolster their roster.
Yeah, Amanda, that is in Chapter 3 of GM Book 101 on how to answer questions at a press conference. So that's all BS. In my opinion, the Denver Broncos have to move back. Okay, they have a first-round pick. They only have 2 picks in the top 100. They need to start rebuilding this roster. They traded away Jerry Jeudy. They cut their safety. So they've done a lot this offseason trying to reset this roster. Sutton wants a new deal. But if I'm the Denver Broncos and I'm George Paton and Sean Payton, I'm moving back to accumulate more picks.
Yeah, Rick, and you could have actually spoiled it here. You could have gone with Bo Nix, because I was going to counter, not with Bo Nix, but you trade down for, and you know what's coming next, South Carolina's Spencer Rattler. And then you get extra picks.
No more. I'm doing no more. No, if you ever say Spencer Rattler's name again, I'm done.
Spencer Rattler, Amanda.
Rick, what do you have against Spencer Rattler? I guess I need to listen to your podcast more. Maybe I've been lacking. What don't we like about that?
Because he liked Ryan better than he liked me when we talked to him at the Combine.
That is true. I do remember that. He called you out. He did. I think that takes, guts, if you will. Ryan, what else do the Broncos need to do?
I think that's it. They trade down like Rick talked about. Bo Nix will be a consideration should they move into the second round. And let's say, for example, that he's still on the board. I don't think he finds his way into the first round. But if you want to wait until round 3 and keep accumulating picks, because they have plenty of needs to fill. They could go cornerback, they could go linebacker, they could go offensive tackle. And I think in round 3, Spencer Rattler could be there. And if Sean Payton likes him, if George Payton likes him, that could be a consideration. Now, the point is Bo Nix or Spencer Rattler a long-term solution? We don't know that. But we said that about the first-round picks as well, Amanda, because 50% of the time, those guys don't work out, too. And you got in 2 more Spencer Rattlers there. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints right now with the 14th overall pick. Rick, what do you think the Saints need to do?
Well, I know Mickey Loomis done plenty of deals with him, and his history is he's going to get aggressive to go up and get a player that's there on the board that he thinks will help fill a need and be a significant player. I think over the last 21 drafts, 20 times he has made trades, and all those times they have moved up, not moved back in the draft. So I think if there is potentially a player there, I will not do the spoiler alert. I'll let Ryan chime in on this show here. But if they can jump ahead of the New York Jets, I think they'll do that, and they'll be looking at the Chicago Bears. And New Orleans does not. They have a second-round pick, but if they moved up that high, that'd be too rich. I wouldn't be surprised if Mickey says, screw it, I'm going to go get it anyway. But I think he'll take a 2025 second rounder and then move up and get ahead of the Jets for a potential player.
Yeah, that's right. Olafashinu there at 14. I don't think he'll be there. To Rick's point, the last time the Saints traded up, they went to get an offensive lineman in Trevor Penning. He hasn't worked out. Fashanu makes a ton of sense. I think I would be shocked if he was there at 14, Amanda. So to trade up to 9 ahead of the Jets makes a lot of sense for a Saints team that needs offensive tackle help.
We got to go to the Rams. No more Aaron Donald. He did retire there. Rick, you think that they should trade up to try to get Aaron Donald's replacement. Is that the best place for them to try to find that? I know Ryan has said you need about 4 or 5 players in order to replace Aaron Donald. Is the draft the best place to find it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you what Ryan's going to say on which player they should go up and get. Amanda, you're trying to make me cheat, and I'll get kicked off the show because Ryan will be upset, and then we'll have to go to therapy. We're going to have to go to therapy anyway.
Yeah, that's happening already.
Together so long. Yeah. But I think that the LA Rams have enough draft capital to go up and try to replace Aaron Donald if they want to do that. To me, there's only 2 first-round talent defensive tackles that are worthy of doing that. If they can jump ahead of their arch rival, the Seattle Seahawks, at 16, maybe move up to 15, just get ahead of them to go potentially get an Aaron Donald replacement.
And the closest you're going to get, it feels like, it's certainly this draft class, is Byron Murphy, the second out of Texas. He is a special talent. And Rick's seen literally millions of these prospects through the pre-draft process, Amanda, but he was never more smitten than when we saw Byron Murphy come on the set at the Combine. His calves are bigger than me and Rick's waist put together, and he plays like it. He is incredibly twitched up. He's undersized at 290, if you want to say that's undersized. But one person, as you noted, Amanda, isn't going to replace Aaron Donald, but they've done a great job of drafting these defensive players. Last year's draft class, if they have a chance to get Byron Murphy, that feels like another home run for a team, by the way, in Sean McVay's Rams that finally have a first-round pick since he's been the head coach there.
You guys just have about another week and then a follow-up podcast, and then you can go to your marriage counseling, and we'll work this out. And you guys can take a couple months off, if you will. Ryan and Rick, the two guys behind With the First Pick podcast. Look, this is the time. If you haven't been listening to it, you're absolutely crazy, but we won't hold that against you. You can scan the QR code if you would like to see their lovely faces. If Rick spills anything else on his shirt, he already had to change it once today. Ryan Wilson mocking the bomber jackets. He's big on the bomber jackets.
He's always looking good, that
He
Ryan
really